Good morning, everybody coming off the 8 o'clock worship service, maybe going into the 9:15 worship service. We're so glad that you are here. This is that which takes place in between the before and the after. This is the interlude. Wow, we got some great guests for you today, starting off with a beautiful, beautiful instrument and the instrumentalist. What do we have here in worship today? If you were at the 8 o'clock service, you saw this. First, what is your name? Could you please introduce yourself?
Good morning. My name's Maureen Fleming. And yes, I played the cello. This is a cello.
And how old is this instrument that you have here?
This instrument is an English cello that is 300 years old. It was made by a man named William Forster. And he was a father. There was a father and son maker. And they were made instruments for royalty, actually. So it was quite an instrument.
300 years old, instrument made for royalty.
Yes.
How did you happen to get your hands on this instrument?
Well, my dear mother, when I was years ago out of high school, we knew I needed an instrument. She knew I was serious about playing. And there was a company back then that was called Menig & Sons, and they shipped it from Pennsylvania to Arizona.
I thought you were going to say because you're part of the royal family, which I'm sure is part of the answer too. But okay, this is a true story.
Yes.
Right before we started this, between when the service ended and when we just did this now, one of the choir members came up to me, true story, and said the last three notes that you played on your piece today on this 300-year-old instrument were some of the most beautiful music he's heard in his entire life. So kudos to you. We thank you for being here.
Praise God for that.
Praise God. What is the name of the piece that you played, or the pieces?
I played during the communion a piece called Elegy by Elgar. Yes.
Okay, and if you were in the 8 o'clock service, you heard that played. You're going to hear it again at 9:15, right?
Correct.
Elegy. And for those of us who are a little bit unfamiliar with this particular instrument, would you mind, I'll hold your microphone for you, would you just play a little bit just so we can see how you run that bow across there and what it sounds like? What a beautiful instrument. We thank you so much for being here with us in worship today and for joining our choir. All the rest of them up here are all part of our amazing La Casa de Cristo choir. We're going to talk to them now, hear a bit about what it takes to be in the choir, the joy that's being a part of the choir. So let's get to know our choir members, starting with you. What is your name?
All right. My name is Marcia Kaur.
Marcia, so glad to have you here today in the interlude. How long have you been attending La Casa de Cristo?
Probably about 3 years.
About 3 years, and how did you get involved in the choir?
I have been in choirs forever, and I do want to say that I was not raised Lutheran. I have really come to love this Lutheran church, and but I have always been in choirs, always loved it.
So what is your background? Do you come from a different state, or did you grow up here in Arizona?
No, I moved around quite a bit when I was a kid, but I was mainly raised Baptist.
You were raised in a Baptist church, and now you're here with this choir at La Casa de Cristo Lutheran Church. How did you first get connected to La Casa?
Well, it was actually with the Sunrise Easter services, and started coming to that. Came to some of the other services. It was just, it touched my heart. I mean, it's more formal than what I'm used to, but it is very reverent, and I feel the Lord here. So I feel very comfortable, and I love being part of this choir. I'm very challenged, and it's a joy.
Absolutely, and you touched on something really special there for all of us as a part of worship at La Casa, that word that you used, reverent. We like to hear that because that's exactly how we approach it with our music, with the pastoral leadership, everything we do. We try to give our best to the Lord, and so it's good to hear that reflected through your comments. So thank you very much. Glad you're a part of the choir here. Let's meet some more choir members. We'll go on to the next person. Share with us your name, please.
Hi, I'm Reese Clark.
Reese, and how long have you been a part of the choir?
My whole life, 14 years.
14 years? You came out of the womb in the choir?
Yes, I did. It feels like I'm here every day. I practically I came out of the womb here, man.
That's incredible. Now, is it true? I don't know if this is true or not. Are you the youngest member of the choir?
I am, yes.
You are the youngest. How old are you, Reese?
I'm 14.
14, and where do you go to school?
Horizon High School.
At Horizon. What year are you right now?
9th grade. I'm a freshman.
9th grade, freshman in high school in the church choir. What a blessing to have our high schoolers involved in the church choir. Thank you so much, Reese. Now, I want to ask you a few more questions about other involvement, because I know you use your voice not only in the choir, but I've seen you hanging around the children's choir too. What do you do with the children's choir?
I help out with children's choir, so, help them with music, help teach them all the songs for their concerts. So it's super fun. I love them. They're so cute.
It's a great group of kids, right?
They're awesome.
They had their first practice this week. There was a large group of kids there.
Yeah, we have 19 kids this year, so.
And we can't wait to see the first time they sing in church this.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, Reese, what are some of the other things that you're involved in here at the church?
Sometimes I sing on Saturday nights. I do cantor and such. I'm also involved with the youth, which is really awesome. I really enjoy it there. So, choir is just a place. I remember when I used to sit right back there at 9:15 with my parents every Sunday, and I would always look up at the choir and I'd be like, dang, I want to do that. And then I asked Jeremy, I was like, I really want to be in choir. And he was like, well, then be in choir. And so here I am.
That's so great. And word on the street is you're also involved in Journey Through Bethlehem this year.
I am. I'm so excited. Like, when I heard Journey Through Bethlehem was coming back, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be in it.
So what is your role with that?
I'm a guide. I'm going to be a
You're
shepherd guide.
a shepherd guide. So if you want to come be guided around the town of Bethlehem by Reese this December, you can do that. Reese, we're so grateful for you and all the ways that you contribute to the church. You are so involved here, and this church would not run without people like you. So thank you, and thank you for your role in the choir. All right, let's see who's next here. What is your name, sir?
My name is David McGann.
David, you have been in this choir for as long as we can remember, right?
No, 6 months. 6 months.
6 months? You might be one of the newest members of the choir, right? What brought you into this choir?
I love fine music. We have a superb musical program here, and I found the church online.
So were you watching the services online before you came here in person?
Yes.
Wow, so these are all the viewers watching online now, so you can give a special hello to them.
Hello to the virtual community out there.
That's great. So tell me about how that works. I'm curious about this. Were you just kind of browsing the internet looking for churches to view online, or what was that process like?
Yeah, I lived in Gilbert, Arizona for a year. I was renting a house while my house in Rio Verde was being built. So I got online, and I Googled Lutheran churches. I looked at many of them, but I absolutely fell in love with La Casa de Cristo, and I knew it was my church. But I needed to wait till I moved up here because Gilbert's a good bit away from here, and I picked the right church. I'm so happy and love it here.
Absolutely. David, you're such a blessing to the choir. You're a blessing to me, our pastoral staff. You came in here with just like a rush of excitement, and it reflects, and we thank you for that. So thanks for being a part of our choir and a part of our church.
It's my pleasure.
All right, let's go on to the next one here. What is your name, sir?
My name is Mark Olson. I retired 11 years ago from northern North Dakota, and I came down, and my realtor sang in the La Casa de Cristo choir. And before we finished the contract on my condominium, he slipped in a codicil that said that in order to take occupancy, I had to come and sing in the choir.
Wow, so that's why you're here.
Yeah, and I've been singing for 11 years.
For 11 years.
It's very satisfying, and I look forward to every performance.
So as soon as you move, are you out of that contract so you can leave the choir?
I don't know. I don't dare move. So I'm not sure.
Now, Mark, we're so grateful for you because you're not only a part of the ensemble of the choir, but very often, Saturday nights and Sunday mornings, you are one of the leads for our cantors and other roles. Tell us about what that's like.
I've done solo work since I was 5, and I was eager to take on those responsibilities. The most recent one was a voiceover for the invitation to the service today. So if you haven't seen that, I'm a bit of a ham. You can go and look at that on YouTube. Yeah, you can go on YouTube and watch that video, and you can hear the voice of Mr. Mark. Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you for all your work, Mark. Really appreciate it. All right, here's our last choir member for today. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Ann McAnallen.
Ann, very nice to have you here. How long have you been a part of, first we'll say just the church, La Casa de Cristo?
I've been coming here for 25 years.
25 years? I think she might win the award up here, right?
I was a baby then.
25 years. And where was the church campus located at that time?
Here, except in the gymnasium.
In the gymnasium.
Yes.
So you started out in what was formerly the gymnasium, now today called the Gathering Place.
Right.
And you had worship in there.
Yes.
And then this was being constructed while you were here?
Yes.
That must have been an incredible experience to be a part of.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Were you a part of that first Sunday when they came in here?
I was not, unfortunately. We were out of town. That was the saddest part.
Oh, okay. But you are here now.
I'm here
And
now.
now how long have you been a part of the choir?
Well, I joined the choir just this summer after Jennifer's urging, and so it's been a pleasure. It's been
Very good.
really a great deal of fun, and the choir couldn't have been more welcoming to me. You know, we are still exchanging names. That's okay.
So you might be in competition with David for the newest member of the choir then.
Exactly right.
So this is incredible because 25 years at the church,
Right.
just joined the choir this
Right.
summer. Lets us all know it's never too late to join the
Never too
choir, no
late.
matter how long we've been here. So if you feel like, oh, I should have done it a long time ago, no, you can jump
That's
in at
right.
any time.
That's right.
So as a new member, what is it like to be a part of this choir?
It's great. I'm learning people's names, learning who people are, their stories. That's been enjoyable for me.
Very good. Now I'm curious, and I'll hear from many of you on this, what it's like to be a part of the practice. Do you practice on a particular day of the week? How does that work, and how do you get ready for a Sunday morning?
Good question. We practice on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and then when we're worshiping on Sundays, we get together right before the service to do a run through.
So practice is on Wednesday night, 7
Right.
p.m. If you want to join, come in anytime. And then Sunday morning, you come a little bit early, do some run-throughs, and get ready to worship the Lord in reverence like we learned earlier, right? Now, we know that you're not only doing Sunday morning, but you are getting ready for the big holiday season, the cantata. Does Jennifer already have you working on that? Getting close?
She's got us scheduled.
She's got.
to
So I
work
know
on
she's
it.
gathering that music together. Can't wait. Very good. Well, our thanks to the choir. Our thanks to our special instrumentalist today. This church would not be what it is without our musicians. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to you for joining us online. This has been the Interlude.